Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be having a live battle from the 2009 format. On one side, we've got the Kingdra deck, as used by Sami Sekkoum, the 2009 UK Nationals champion, going up against the Beedrill deck, as used by Silvestro, the world champion of 2009 in the Masters division. So we'll see which of these two decks can take the victory today. But before we begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and to my Twitter account, at Holland_Phantom, so you don't miss out on any new Pokemon TCG content. And now with that out of the way, let's get into the battle! And here we go, the battle has started, with both players flipping over their starting Pokemon. On the Kingdra side, we've got Unknown as the active Pokemon, and on the Beedrill side, we've got Luxray as the active Pokemon. The Beedrill side is going first, quickly attaching a Grass Energy to Luxray before passing the turn. And now over to the Kingdra side, the player starts off by using Roseanne's Research as their supporter to search their deck for a Baltoy and a Horsey to put onto their bench. So 2 Pokemon on the bench so far for the Kingdra side. Let's see what else they can do for their turn. Next card is going to be the Stadium Broken Time Space, letting all Pokemon evolve immediately in the first turn to put into play. So both the Baltoy and the Horsey evolve into Claydol and Seadra. Now Claydol activates his ability, Cosmic Power, letting the player put up to 2 cards from their hand to the bottom of the deck, and then they can draw until they have 6 cards in hand. It's a really powerful draw ability in this format, so let's see what they got. And now Seadra evolves into Kingdra, and that's going to be it. There's no energies. Back over to the Beedrill side, let's see what the player can do. They're going to be using their own Roseanne's Research to search their deck for up to 2 basic energy cards or basic Pokemon. There we see a Weedle coming down, and a Baltoy. Okay, so both players chose a Baltoy from the Roseanne's Research. Let's see what else they got. Kakuna and Claydol. Okay, so both of the Pokemon evolved, and there's Claydol on the Beedrill side activating its own ability to draw some more cards out of the deck. So pretty similar turns from both players. There's the cards being drawn. There's Chatot coming down to the bench, followed by Luxray paying the retreat cost to promote Chatot. And there's the attack. It's going to be Mimic. It's a free attack, so the player gets to shuffle away their hand and then draw 1 card for each of the cards in the opponent's hand. For a total of 5 cards, and now turn passes back over to the Kingdra side. Another Horsey comes down onto the bench now, followed by Luxury Ball, letting the player search their deck for any Pokemon as long as it's not a level X Pokemon. And the one chosen is going to be a Seadra to evolve the Horsey that just came down thanks to the ability of the Broken Time Space. And there's BB Search as a supporter, swapping out 1 card from the player's hand for any Pokemon from the deck. And the one chosen is going to be the Kingdra. So 2 Kingdra in play on the second turn. But do they have any water energies, or a way to get this Unknown out of the active spot? There's a Cosmic Power to put some more cards to the bottom of the deck and draw some more. It's 5 cards drawn. Did they get the energy cards? Yes, a water energy comes down to one of the Kingdra. And that's going to be it. Unknown still has no way to retreat, so back over to the Beedrill side now. A Weedle comes down onto the bench. And a Grass Energy comes down to Kakuna. Do they have the Beedrill to start evolving? There's Cosmic Power to draw some more cards. The player's going to be digging through their deck to find their first Beedrill to start dealing some damage. Okay, no Beedrill yet, but there's BB Search to swap a card from the hand for any Pokemon from the deck. And there's Beedrill finally coming down. Actually, wait, that's not the attacking Beedrill, that's the support Beedrill. There's 2 different kinds in this deck. Okay, there's a rare candy to evolve Weedle into Beedrill. And this Beedrill has the Poke Power Flutter Wings, letting the player once per turn search a deck for any Grass-type Pokemon. And there we go. The one that's chosen is going to be the attacking Beedrill. And now Chatot retreats for free to promote Beedrill into the active spot, and it's going to be the first KO of the game. There's the attack. Band attack, hitting for 30 damage, times the number of Beedrill in play, for a total of 60 damage. So Beedrill takes the first prize, and now over to the Kingdra side, Kingdra comes into the active spot now. There's another BB Search coming down to search for another Pokemon from the deck. And it's going to be the 3rd Kingdra, but do they have a way to evolve into it? Okay, there's a Horsey coming down. And yes, there's a rare candy to evolve Horsey straight into Kingdra, so it's 3 Kingdra in play now. There's the Cosmic Power coming from Claydol now. Trying to get some more water energies from the deck to power up the bench Kingdra now. They only need 1 energy apiece to be fully powered up, and yes, there's the next energy coming down to one of the bench Kingdra. There's the attack, Dragon Pump. The player discards 2 cards from their hand to hit for 60 damage, and also snipe the Chatot for 20 damage on the bench. So now this Beedrill is within KO range on the following turn. Okay, another Weedle comes down on the Beedrill side. There's Cosmic Power from Claydol. And thanks to the broken time space, Weedle can evolve right away if the player draws into it. Sorry, into the Beedrill. Okay, there's another BB Search to search the deck for any Pokemon. So they just need to get either the Kakuna or the Beedrill, as the Beedrill on the bench can search out the final piece with its ability. So there's Kakuna coming down, and there's Flutter Wings activating to search the 3rd Beedrill out of the deck. And now Band Attack can hit for 90 damage. Yeah, there's the attack declared, hitting for 90, and now Kingdra is down to just 40 HP remaining. But it will be able to take down this Beedrill with its Dragon Pump attack. Oh, but there's the Super Scoop Up coming down. Here's a coin flip, and it's heads! So now Kingdra can be picked up to completely undo all the damage that was just done on the previous turn. The next Kingdra comes into the active spot now. So this is going to be the one to take the KO. And now the Kingdra that was just picked up can immediately evolve with the broken time space. Yeah, there's Horsey, Seadra, and Kingdra, fully refreshed. And there's a water energy. Okay, and there's Claydol's ability activating to draw some cards out of the deck now. The player's going to be trying to dig to get their final Kingdra into play. Oh, but no more cards to play. There's the attack, Dragon Pump, discarding 2 water energies to hit the bench Chatot for 20 more damage and take the KO against the active Beedrill. And that is 1 prize taken by both players so far. Okay, on the Beedrill side, Chatot comes up as a new active Pokemon now. And here we see the 4th Weedle coming down onto the bench. There we have a Night Maintenance to search the discard pile for the entire Beedrill line that was just KO'd to be shuffled back into the deck. And let's see if the player can search the pieces back out to evolve this new Weedle. Okay, first there's the Cosmic Power. So both players have a pretty similar setup, thanks to the Claydol on their benches, and pretty similar supporters too. Okay, there's the Flutter Wings now, to search the deck for any Grass-type Pokemon. The one chosen is going to be the Kakuna, so let's see if the player already has the Beedrill in their hand. Yes, they did. And now that's 3 Beedrill in play, so the player can attack for 90 damage. But first, there's Cyrus's Conspiracy as a support for the turn, to search the deck for a Grass Energy. Another Cyrus's Conspiracy. And an Energy Gain. Energy Gain can be equipped to Luxray to reduce the attack cost of its Bite or Trash Bolt attack by 1 colorless energy. Okay, there's the energy attachment, Grass Energy coming down to the Beedrill. And there's the Flutter Wings from the 2nd Beedrill now to search the deck for another Grass-type Pokemon. And it's going to be a Weedle this time. Okay, there we see Chatot retreating once again to promote the 2nd Beedrill now. And there's the Band Attack once again, hitting for 90 damage. Now back over to the Kingdra side. Oh, and there's another Super Scoop Up. Let's see what they get. Here's a coin flip, and it's another heads! The Beedrill player is not happy about it. Kingdra is picked up to get rid of all that damage. And there's the next Kingdra coming back into the active spot now. So once again, completely undoing the Beedrill's previous turn. Okay, there we see Horsey evolving into Seadra and into Kingdra. There's a Water Energy. And now they're ready to attack. Oh, but first there's Claydol's ability, once again to draw some more cards. Really consistent with his draw engine. And there we go, Dragon Pump, discarding 2 more cards. I think that was a Water Energy and a Crobat to hit for 60 damage and take the KO against the benched Chatot. Again, it's going to be a 2nd prize taken by Kingdra now. They've taken the lead. Back over to the Beedrill side now. they've got an open space on their bench to get a 4th Beedrill into play. Okay, there's the Flutter Wings. To search the deck for a Grass-type Pokemon, there's a Beedrill. And we already know that they have the Weedle in hand. There's a Weedle coming down, Kakuna, and Beedrill, so Band Attack can now hit for 120 damage. The Poketurn picks up the Luxray, and the player drops Unknown G onto the bench to activate its ability to equip it onto Claydol as a Pokemon tool. And there's Cosmic Power to draw some cards out of the deck. So this Band Attack can almost take the one-hit KO against Kingdra. They're just 10 damage short. Here's Roseanne's research to search the deck for Crobat G. And what else? That's going to be it, and this Crobat is going to be ensured the one-hit KO thanks to its ability Flash Bite, dealing 10 damage to the opposing Kingdra, getting it within KO range of the Band Attack. Yeah, there's the ability. And there's the attack. Band Attack to finally take the KO against Kingdra and take the second prize. Both players are tied at 4 prizes remaining apiece. There's the next Kingdra coming up now. And Beedrill is within KO range. Here we see Roseanne's research activated, searching the deck for another Horsey and a Water Energy. So this Water Energy should be enough to power up the second Kingdra that's already on the bench. Here's Horsey coming down, and there's another rare candy to evolve Horsey straight into Kingdra. It's going to be the 4th one. There's a Water Energy coming down to one of the Kingdra on the bench now. Followed by Cosmic Power. Cosmic Power is really important to keep the player's hand full to ensure that they have plenty of fuel to discard with Dragon Pump. There's 2 more cards being discarded to take the KO against Beedrill, and then they hit the Claydol on the bench for 20 damage. That is 3 prizes taken by Kingdra now. So once again, they've taken the lead. Crobat G comes into the active spot now. And now Beedrill is down to just 3 Beedrill in play, so they can only hit for 90 damage, but the player activates 2 Night Maintenance to search the discard pile for an entire Beedrill line, and 3 Grass Energies to shuffle back into the deck. So we know the player can search for 2 of those Pokemon with the Flutter Wings ability, so they just need 1 way to find the 3rd one. There's another Unknown G coming down, equipping itself onto the benched Beedrill. The player's just trying to thin out their hand. There's Poketurn to pick up the Crobat. And now Beedrill comes into the active spot once again. And that's Crobat coming back down. Flash Bite hits Kingdra for 10 damage. And let's see if the player can get the 4th Beedrill into play to take the one-hit KO. There's Cosmic Power. Just digging through their deck a little deeper. Like I said, they just need to find 1 way to search for any of the Pokemon in the evolution line. Okay, there's a Grass Energy coming down. Did they get the Pokemon? There's both the Flutter Wings activating, searching the deck for 2 more Grass Pokemon. It's going to be Weedle and Beedrill, so the player might have the Kakuna in hand. Let's take a look. Okay, there's a Weedle. Oh, but there's a rare candy to skip the Kakuna stage to go straight into Beedrill. And yes, with that it's going to be enough to take the one-hit KO. But first, here's the supporter Cynthia's Feelings. The player gets to shuffle away their entire hand and draw 4 cards plus 4 more since one of their Pokemon was KO'd on the previous turn, for a total of 8 brand new cards. So we've got a pretty huge hand now. There's the attack Band Attack to take the KO against Kingdra, and now once again both sides are tied. This time at 3 prizes remaining apiece. So a lot of back and forth going on between Kingdra and Beedrill. Okay, there's Claydol activating on the bench. The player only has 2 more Kingdra left, so they need to find a way to recycle one of them if these 2 get KO'd. But they don't play any more cards. There's the next Dragon Pump taking the... Actually, no, they don't KO anything, but dealing 20 damage to Claydol on the bench and 60 damage to the opposing Beedrill. Now on the Beedrill side, if the player has another Poketurn, they can once again take the one-hit KO against this Kingdra. But first they're going to be retreating Beedrill for the other one, with no damage on it. And do they have the Poke Turn? Yes, they do. The next Poke Turn is activated to pick up the Crobat and then put it back down to once again use its Flash Bite ability to hit Kingdra for 10 damage to get it within KO range. There's the attack Band Attack. And now Beedrill has taken the lead. Claydol did not activate its ability that turn, as the player can only draw up to 6 cards, and we know that they drew 8 cards off of Cynthia's Feelings on the previous turn. Okay, back over to the Kingdra side. Their final Kingdra goes into the active spot, and there's Claydol activating its ability. Okay, now the player activates Night Maintenance to search the discard pile for the Horsea, the Seadra, and the Kingdra to shuffle back into the deck. Okay, now they have a way to get another Kingdra into play, just in case this active one does get KO'd. There's Roseanne's Research to search the deck for a Water Energy and the Horsea. And now the player just needs to find a way to get the Seadra and the Kingdra out of the deck. There's Horsea coming down, which then gets a Water Energy. There's the attack Dragon Pump, discarding 2 more cards from the hand, hitting Claydol for 20 more damage, and Beedrill for 60 damage. So Claydol is within KO range on the following turn. It just has 20 HP remaining. On the Beedrill side, the player activates Luxury Ball now to search the deck for Luxray. Okay, Luxray goes into the player's hands. They don't have any more space for it on the bench. And there's the attack. Band Attack, this time only hitting for 120 damage. The player did not have any more Poke Turns. On the Kingdra side, there's a Cosmic Power. The player's trying to find the Seadra and the Kingdra now. Okay, there's a Crobat coming down first. Flash Bite activates to hit the benched Beedrill for 10 damage. And there's Super Scoop Up. Here's a coin flip. Oh, but it's finally Tails! And then we see a thumbs up from the Beedrill player. So this Kingdra is not going to be getting picked up. There's a Uxie coming down now, activating its Poke Power setup. And now the player can draw until they have 7 cards in their hand. So just another way to draw some more cards out of the deck. There's Seadra coming down finally. And the Kingdra! And there's the attack Dragon Pump, discarding 2 more cards. And now both Beedrill and Claydol are KO'd, so Kingdra takes 2 prizes. They just gotta take 1 more KO to win this game. Now back over to the Beedrill side. Things are not looking good for them. They still gotta take 2 more KOs, and their attacking Beedrill is down to just 40 HP. Okay, there's a Luxray coming down onto the bench. Luxray gets a multi-energy. And an energy gain, so it can use its Bite Attack for just 1 energy this turn. And there's Roseanne's Research to search the deck for up to 2 basic energy cards or basic Pokemon. The one chosen is going to be a Baltoy. If the player has another Poke Turn, they can pick up this Crobat, put it back down, and take the KO against Kingdra this turn, and then they can use their attack on something else. So let's see if they can find another Poke Turn. There's Baltoy coming down, which immediately evolves into Claydol. And then Claydol finally activates Cosmic Power. Okay, there's some more cards being drawn out of the deck now. Now Crobat is going to be retreating to promote Luxray, so at least Luxray can take the KO. There's the attack Bite to take the KO against Kingdra, and now both sides are tied at 1 prize remaining apiece. This Luxray does have 80 HP, so it can withstand at least 1 hit from this Kingdra. Okay, here we go. Let's see what the Kingdra player can do. Here's BB Search. Swapping out a card from the hand. For which Pokemon? Actually, for no Pokemon, they failed to search. And here's Cosmic Power. To draw some more cards out of the deck. The player must have used BB Search just to thin out their hand to draw some more cards. And there's the final Super Scoop Up. Let's see if it works this time. And yes, that's a heads. So the player can now pick up their Crobat and recycle his ability. There's Crobat coming back down, activating Flash Bite to hit Luxray for 10 damage. It's down to just 70 HP. And there's the attack. And it's going to be Aqua Stream this time, hitting for 10 damage For every water energy in the discard pile, if the player has 7 energy cards in the discard pile, they can win this game. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's going to be enough to take the KO against Luxray. There it goes, and now the player can take their final prize. And there's the handshake. Kingdra is your winner. So what did you guys think of that battle? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help the channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.